Hi guys, it's Michael from the SMcast here, and today we have got a rather interesting little droid sat in front of me that I'm sure probably every single viewer that watches this will know who this little man is. Now, the subject of today's video necessarily isn't R2-D2 himself, it's actually what is in my little R2 unit. This was a little like bath set actually, just in case you were wondering, what I got from a friend for Christmas last year, I believe it was. Anyway, that is beside the point. What I've decided to do is, because I've got such an extensive minifigure collection, I thought it'd be interesting to do a few videos of some random minifigures, just as a little on the side video really, because my minifigure collection is huge and I've got so many weird, wonderful, amazing minifigures from all different series, collections, films, TV shows. So what am I going to be doing in these videos? Okay, so R2 will always pop up at the start of these videos, and he will have 10 figures in that I've chosen at random. I try to choose one from each different, so there's no duplicates from the same series, etc. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to plonk R2 just here, and I'm going to, unfortunately, remove his head, which he probably won't be too pleased about, to be fair. I'm going to put his head just here, and I'm going to lunge in, I'm going to grab the first minifigure. Now, for those of you that don't know who this fine little chap is, this is I believe they called him the Clockwork Man, the Nutcracker probably actually, from the minifigure encyclopedia, where you could see all the different minifigure from the series, I believe it was, and this was the limited edition figure that came with said book. So it's got nice printing, it's got this really funky hat going on, and he's got this awesome clockwork, as if he was going to be wound up behind him. So it's a really nice figure actually. It's a one-off, obviously, just being in the book. I'm trying to get the focus right, I can't seem to find the correct point. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, because it makes it a little bit brighter. There we go. And yeah, it's a really nice little figure, should I say, sorry. So that is numero uno. What have we got next? Now, it's hard to say that this is probably one of my favourite minifigures ever. The unmistakable Buzz Lightyear. I mean, the Toy Story Lego was just brilliant, it really was. I mean, this minifigure is just fantastic. I'd probably say it's definitely in my top 10 of my favourite minifigures ever, and that's a pretty big feat that is to get into my top 10. It really is an awesome figure. It really, really is. It's just awesome. There's no really explaining it. If you've had it and you've seen it before, you'll know what I'm on about. But obviously the whole build and construction of it is really cool. How the wings sort of slot out like that, etc. And this whole headpiece with the little glass bit on as well is really fantastic. They really did a really good job of it. Let's just push his head back down so he doesn't lose his little head bracing, and I'll just knock them both over, and I'm going to stand them back up. Oh, and Buzz Lightyear's been drinking. There we go. Right, number 3. Who doesn't love old SpiderMan? I believe this is one of the newer SpiderMans actually, not any of the old figures. Printing on both sides, so yes, it will be one of the newer versions of SpiderMan himself. And I believe it's in just like a £12 set actually. You know, I think it was him and another character, I can't remember specifically who it was. But I quite like the £12 sets because you get some nice figures in them for a really cheap price. You usually get 2. Usually a main one such as Spider-Man and then a baddie or a baddie's accomplice just to go with it to bulk up the set a little bit, even because it's only 12 quid and it takes you about 15 minutes to build it. So another nice little figure. What have we got next? The rather miserable looking Squidward. He's miserable, he's been telling too many lies because of how big his nose got, and he's stoned as well by his eyes. But this obviously is a Spongebob figure. He's got his very, very, very unique head, and obviously whole unique body really, considering his shirt with the little green bit at the top as well. But I've never really actually collected many of the Spongebob figures. I don't think I've ever actually had a Spongebob's Lego set, funnily enough. This is another nice little figure. We're 4 in. make sure he can stand up properly. What have we got next? Oh, I've grabbed one. Ah. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Now, I've only got one Ghostbusters minifigure, and this would be him. Primarily because the man that plays this character, and for the love of me, at the moment I really can't remember what his name is, which is really, really poor. He was going to be coming to the Collectomania in Milton Keynes last year. Well, actually, no, it'll be 2014 now, I believe, so 2 years ago, blimey. And he was coming all the way over from America, because he's American, and I got this so that he could sign it for me, and then just as this minifigure was delivered, he cancelled at the show, which was really disappointing. So it's a really well printed figure. He has got a double-sided head, I believe, if I can twist this off and remove his little pick, like that, and we can see his standard facial expression. I'm going to take this away now to put it back on. Clip, and I'll just drop his hair on the floor, which is always a good thing to do. Put his hair back on the right way around. Bear with. And he's got obviously his he's scanning for ghosts, and he's got this cool backpack on, his ghost busting backpack on, where he's got the little hose that's attached so that he can actually take off and blast people with, so he can actually hold that aspect in his hand. But it's a really, really cool figure, this is. I love it. So nice, so authentic. And obviously now that they're doing the Ghostbusters fire station, I'm hopefully going to get that, considering it's about 4,900 pieces. It's probably going to be a really, really, really challenging build, I would imagine. Alright, let's have a look at the next one. Oh, I think that's a very familiar feeling one. Which one is it? Is it Patty or is it Selma? I don't know. But this was from the second series of the collectible Simpsons figures, and this is one of Marge's sisters. Patty or Selma, don't ask me which one. And she's got a little sheet here that you would normally find at the opticians when they say, can you read the bottom line? And you go, no. Can you read the middle line? No. Right, I'm going to prescribe you a Labrador. But these are really cool, really, really amazing headpiece, how they've got all the little bubbles in them for her distinct hair, and she's got the cool little unique skirt as well, etc. I've actually got the entire collection. It's the only one that I've got the whole collection of is Series 2 of the Simpsons minifigures, because I got a box from Tesco when they were on special offer, and I thought, why not? They were 3 for 2, so I bought a lot. And I had a lot of swaps, sold a lot, and 1 or 2 purchases on eBay later of the figures that I didn't have, and I had the whole collection. So I think I needed to buy 3 on eBay, which is what I did, or 2. I can't exactly remember. I think it was 2. It was, oh god, it was Milhouse as the superhero, and Smithers. So another really amazing minifigure. Right, next. Oh, that feels like a lightsaber, and it is. Now, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi in his Padawan form, I believe it is, from the Gungan sub. If I'm not mistaken, if I take his headpiece off. Well, no, I don't actually think it is from the Gungan sub, because his reversible head is not with the rebreather. He's rather grimacing. So, I wonder which set this is from. It's definitely a newer version of him. Maybe it's the Naboo Starfighter or something like that. But thankfully, I picked this minifigure up on eBay for 99p. Unbelievable. Whereas normally, if you was to buy it now, it'd probably cost you about £8. So the cape is in phenomenal condition. It really is. It's still very, very crisp. Yeah, another nice minifigure. I do like my Star Wars Lego in particular. What have we got next? Oh, the only person to have Lego in their name, of course it's Legolas. Now I actually got this figure, I actually swapped it with a friend for, oh no sorry, I bought it off him. I can't remember exactly how much it was. It was the only figure that from that set he got that he, or sorry should I say from his Hobbit and Lord of the Rings collection, that he would actually sell me. But Legolas's figure is amazing. The detail on his front is awesome, and his hairpiece is brilliant as well. And I believe he's got he's got a really angry expression on his back, on the back of his head. Sorry, so you can reverse it. But the hairpiece is amazing. It really, really is. And obviously his sticky out ears for his elf origins, and his bow and arrow. So we are 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8 down. That feels. Now, this is probably, at the time, this was, and maybe even still is, definitely in my top 10 favourite minifigures. This is Hazmat Suit guy from, I believe it's it must be series 6 of the minifigures. 5 or 6, so it's definitely a while ago. And this figure is just, it was amazing when I got this. I believe this is one of the figures I actually got maybe in the very first YouTube video that the SMcast ever did. And in that video we weren't even called the SMcast then. I believe it was MS Filmsify. So there you go, a little slice of history. So the only way you're going to find out is if you go over to that video on the SMcast and find out for yourself. So yes, really nice figure. I just love this figure so much. It's so cool. And we're down to the final figure. Ooh, another rather rare one as well. We've got from the GB Olympics in 2012, the 9 there was in that collection. We've got the Weightlifter, and he's got his sporty outfit on with his little lion logo for Team GB, and he's got his gold medal on and this cool weight in his hand where he's going to show everybody how to do it. I don't believe they had reversible heads. No, they didn't. And so yes, an awesome another minifigure. So that, guys, was my entire well, that was this video for the random figures looking at. I hope you liked it, guys. I know it's a little bit something different. And as always, please do rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Copyright 2016, Norwich Reserved.